It was a cold, moonless night when Emma found herself alone at her family's remote cabin in the woods. The place had been abandoned for years, but she came back to sort through the dusty remnants of her childhood. The trees whispered secrets in the wind, and the sky was pitch black, save for a few stars that flickered like dying embers. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of damp wood and mildew. Emma lit a fire, its crackling warmth the only sound in the eerie silence. As she sat on the old leather couch, flipping through a forgotten photo album, something shifted in the shadows. She brushed it off. The isolation was playing tricks on her mind, she thought. A soft knock echoed through the room. Her heart skipped a beat. No one should be out here. Not this far in the woods. Not at this hour. She stood frozen, staring at the front door. The knock came again, louder this time. Trembling, Emma crept to the window and peeked out. No one was there. The trees swayed, their gnarled branches clawing at the night sky like bony fingers. She took a deep breath, her hand hovering over the doorknob. Maybe it was an animal, she muttered under her breath, but deep down she knew better. Gathering her courage, she flung the door open. Nothing, just the cold wind howling through the trees. Shivering, she slammed the door shut, bolted it, and hurried back to the couch. But then she noticed something chilling. On the floor, muddy footprints led from the door into the cabin and stopped right in front of her. Her breath hitched, the air grew colder. Suddenly, the fire in the hearth died out, plunging the room into darkness. The silence that followed was deafening, like the woods themselves had gone still. She fumbled for her phone, her fingers shaking, but the screen remained black, dead. Then a whisper, low, raspy, and too close to her ear. Emma. She spun around, but no one was there. Her heart pounded in her chest as she backed toward the stairs, eyes darting around the room. "Who's there?" she called out, her voice trembling. Another whisper, this time from upstairs. "Emma," she complained. A chill raced down her spine. Those words, she remembered them from her childhood. The game she played with her sister, Sarah, before the accident. Sarah had died here, in this cabin, years ago. Emma had always felt guilty for it, but she never expected this. The footsteps started, slow, deliberate, descending from the attic where Sarah used to hide. Thud, thud, thud. Emma's legs turned to jelly, but she couldn't move. She wanted to scream, but the sound was trapped in her throat. The footsteps drew closer, accompanied by a faint giggle. Sarah's giggle. Emma could barely breathe as the sound reached the bottom of the stairs. Suddenly, a cold hand grabbed her wrist. She screamed, yanking her arm away, and stumbled backward, her eyes wide with terror. In the dim light, a shadowy figure stood at the foot of the stairs, a figure with hollow eyes and a twisted smile, wearing a tattered dress Emma knew all too well. "Play with me, Emma," the figure whispered. It was Sarah, or what was left of her. Emma bolted for the door, her feet barely touching the ground. She yanked it open and ran into the night, not daring to look back. The wind whipped around her, and the trees seemed to close in as she sprinted through the forest, her heart hammering in her chest. But the giggle followed her, closer, louder, until it was right behind her ear. "Emma, you can't leave me." And then everything went black. When they found the cabin days later, there was no sign of Emma, just muddy footprints leading from the door to the stairs, and a child's laughter echoing in the empty halls.